Hey everybody, it's Grayson. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to just dive right into it, and I'm going to discuss why I don't plan on paying off my mortgage early, at least at this time. Now, you're either probably going to be in the camp of pay off all debt and get out of mortgage debt, or you're going to be in the camp of don't pay it off, use money to invest or make more money. No matter which camp you're in, all I can say is that this decision is personal for me and my current situation. I'm not getting on here to tell you should do this or that. I'm giving you information on why I'm deciding to do this. Again, personal finance is personal. Whatever makes you feel better, whatever makes you feel more secure, that is what you should focus on doing. Doesn't matter which person's saying this over here or this over here. Focus on you and whatever makes your situation the best. So let's get into why I'm currently deciding not to pay off my mortgage. Before I jump in, if you guys like this type of content, it would be awesome if you liked and subscribed. Is it mandatory? Of course not. Would it really help out the channel? Yes. But let's get into it. Okay, so the whole reason why I'm not currently paying off my mortgage is because we have a really low rate. Right now we have a 30-year 2.8% rate on $200,000 outstanding. That's what we have left on our mortgage. Now, these rates were historically low in 2021, which is why we refinanced to get that low rate. I don't think we'll see those rates again. We're currently around 6.5%. We've gone over 7 before, and we could go even higher. When I bought my first house, we paid 6.5. So I'm used to these current rates where we are now. I had never seen anything as low as 2.8, and I've seen even some 15 years at that point in time going below 2. It was insane. So many people refinanced, and it made so much sense because you could save a lot of money. But why now would I not pay off my mortgage? I've been in a lot of credit card debt that I got out of. Would I not be a no debt stance? Would I hate debt? Would I be on the full-on Dave Ramsey train where I'd not use debt at all? No, I'm not. I use credit cards every day for everything. I think they are good, useful tools. And the main reason why I'm not paying off that mortgage is because I can make more with my money. I can leverage my current cash and make more. Now you might be going, you're just going to stick on the stock market and who knows if you're going to get 10%. I could do that. And that is probably what most people would do if they had the same opportunity. But I'm a little bit different. I have enough cash today to pay off my mortgage. I could do that. $200,000 I could drop today and pay off my mortgage. But I would lose $200,000 in liquidity. I would not have that $200,000 if we go into a recession later, or the economy gets worse, or people start losing a bunch of jobs. I don't know what would happen. That $200,000 is now gone. Even if I don't invest it and make this return, that $200,000 is gone. Considering it's sitting in a high interest savings account right now, waiting to be pushed into some investments, that money is still making more in a high interest savings account than I have to pay interest to the bank. Even after taxes, it's still more. So I'm kind of still winning. I get to keep liquidity and it covers my mortgage payments for a year. So currently we pay about $1,000 a month. We'll just say $1,000 just to make life easy, so it's $12,000 a year. If I could use this $200,000 and get a 10% return, that's $20,000 per year. That gives me an $8,000 buffer on how much I owe, $12,000, and $20,000 is what I'm getting. That's $8,000 difference. Now, if we jam in taxes after that, because guess what? These investments that I do, you have to pay taxes on it. Let's just say those taxes are 30%. That's going to be $6,000. That's $6,000. So now I only have a $2,000 buffer. It's not making a lot of money, but it's up $2,000 and I get to keep my liquidity. That, to me, is super important. I like the safety of liquidity. I like having cash available if shit hits the fan, because you never know if it will. Now, does that mean that I won't change my mind later down the road? No. I have no idea what will happen. I could change my mind in 3 months and decide to pay off my mortgage and move on. But one of the biggest things that's holding me back is literally the math. I used to be an emotional spender, and that's why I got in a lot of credit card debt. I had to change my mindset, and I focus more on math than emotion. Now, do I still buy with emotion? Of course, everyone does. But I use a lot more logic and math in those equations. I focus a lot more on the ROI, the return on my investment. Could that be an emotional return? Yes. Could that be a monetary return? Heck yes. So in this sense, I'm getting, with taxes taken out, still more than what I owe. That is basically leveraging my money. Now, I'm not saying I'm taking out a HELOC and I'm using the value of my house in order to grab more debt in order to make more money. On top of that, I'm using actually liquid funds that I have available right now that I could pay off this mortgage. Because I sleep at night better knowing that I have liquidity in my bank account. Other people might sleep better at night knowing they have zero debt and they have no mortgage payment. And that is perfectly okay. If you are in that camp, I'm not telling you to not do that because math doesn't agree with you. I'm telling you to do what's best for you. If whatever works, and if that is your goal, go for it. That's what you should be doing. Because really, this only works once you start dealing with taxes and all that kind of stuff if you have a very low rate on your mortgage. If you're at a 4.5%, 5%, 6%, 7% mortgage rate, you are not winning this battle. You putting money in investments, either the stock market or whatever it might be, is not going to work out for you. See, I'm not putting my money in the stock market. I have the ability to use my funds to help other real estate investors and developers use those funds in a short-term manner in order to get a project done. It's basically a bank, but private money lending. That's what it is. It exists, and it's actually quite lucrative. Now again, it doesn't mean that I won't change my mind down the road. Here's one of the big things holding me back, and it's literally just liquidity. It's having money in savings. Let's say we take $200,000 and we drop it on our mortgage payment right now. Now we're at zero, but we're also at zero over here. This isn't a net worth calculation. This is a liquidity calculation. I have zero money after that $200,000 goes away. Okay? I have to build up my reserves again. Now, also, it's the same thing with investing. Once you drop that $200,000, you're going to have to start from that point again and start investing in. Now, here's what I mean. If I'm talking about my $1,000 mortgage payment per month, if I drop $200,000, I'm only saving myself $1,000 a month. I'm not saving myself anything extra. There's nothing extra coming on top of that. So that $1,000 per month is $12,000 a year. In order to get that money back to $200,000, it's going to take 16 and a half years. That's right, 16 and a half years to get that money back to around $200,000. Now, if I'm investing it and I am getting a 10% return, I can get that money back in about 10 years because you're calculating the 10% return on and rolling it in, kind of making it into a snowball. So you can cut it, but that's 10 years of money that you're going to have to keep investing diligently in order to get it back. And another thing that's stopping me right now, which a lot of people do not think about, is that the bank is still earning its money because mortgages are front loaded. All of your interest, or almost all of your interest, is front loaded in the first 15 years. They're making the majority of their money up front. I believe 80% of the interest is paid within the first 15 years. This is on a 30-year mortgage. It's going to be different on a 15. So the bank doesn't really care if you pay it off early because they've made their money up front in the beginning. And another thing is that right now the bank would love for me to pay it off because they have debt out on my house at a low 2.8%. The current interest rates, they are getting slaughtered on this. They are losing money. If I pay it off, they're going to love it because they're going to take that $200,000, wrap it into a new mortgage for somebody else down the road at 7%. This is a big deal for them. This is big money for them. They would love for you to pay off your mortgage right now because the bank's going to win because they then can turn it around and make even more money. So these are the things that are holding me back right now. Again, I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple months or the next couple years. I might decide to get rid of the debt. I have the ability to do so. I am lucky. I work hard for this ability. I've saved diligently. I've invested diligently. So I have the ability to do it. But am I going to? No. I'm going to use my available funds to make more money. I'm going to grow my wealth a little bit more here and there, even if it's tiny bits here and there. I'm going to grow my wealth more this way. So I'm using a 2.8% and I'm keeping it. I'm just going to keep it. It's such a small amount right now that it just makes sense. Will it change down the road? Maybe. But right now, this is where I'm at. The main reason why I'm sharing this is because I've seen so many people on both sides of the table kind of arguing at each other, going, you're an idiot, no, you're an idiot. Nobody's an idiot in this regard. If you want to use your debt as leverage, go do it. Just know that there are inherent risks in doing so. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. If you feel comfortable at night with a debt-free home, and that's what makes you sleep better, and that's what makes you feel better, do that. That's on you, and it's okay. But nobody has to be yelling at each other saying this person's wrong and this person's wrong, because really, it doesn't matter. If we were all run by math and we did everything so mathematical, no one would be in debt. There'd be no debt because we'd all realize that we're all overspending or we're buying stupid things and it didn't make sense. Money is emotional. Personal finance is emotional. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you planning on paying off your mortgage early, and is that your goal right now? Or are you keeping your mortgage and you're going to use whatever money that you could pay off that mortgage to invest and grow your wealth a little bit more? I hope you really enjoyed this video today. I hope to see you next time, and I hope that we're all just a little bit wealthier.